Going on, my patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of Conservative News and Views. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please, guys, also do me a huge favor. Please check out our merch. We got a lot of merch going on right now. Okay, with the merch that we have, you can check it out right there in my description. We have pro-American shirts. We got pro-American everything, man. Like cups, mugs, you name it, we have it. Everything for flags. We want to be trying to get wooden flags and stuff next on to the platform. So please go and check out the merch. Please check it out. Support your favorite content creator and Patriot. Guys, I don't like reporting about stuff like this. And shout out to the people that supported me on the last stream. I'm sorry that it wasn't y'all cup of tea because we had to talk about the most embarrassing vice president of all time. But hey, man, a lot of stuff I'm going to be reporting on we don't like, but it is what it is. We're going to talk about what just recently got passed in the state of Illinois. Now, a guy named the governor over there, J.B. Pitzer, that's the guy that you see on the corner of the screen here. What's up? Decided that it was a bright idea to pass a law that children now can, in the state of Illinois, can have an abortion without their parents even being notified. I want y'all to think about that. Your child can easily go and have an abortion without you even being notified. Now, before this went down, it was the first 48 hours, okay, that you were just notified, but you couldn't stop it. Now it's done went from notification to all the way, you guessed it, you can not even be involved. Guys, this is what we were talking about earlier today. This is what we've been talking about on this channel if you've been following me for a while. That you need more families, need more fathers in the home. Because this right here is hideous. Think about this, guys. Think about your underage child, your daughter, coming telling you that they just got back from the clinic. Or, God forbid, you don't find out the months later while they were sick, not feeling good, or telling you they was at so-and-so's house chilling, that in all reality, they just got back from a round of getting an abortion. Now, a lot of Republicans are not happy with this, and conservatives, which rightfully so. Now, they said their reason for this is because they do not want underage kids that's been in abusive situations not to be having to face their abuser or be stopped by their abuser. Now, this is where I say that is some BS. And let me tell you why. Because if the abuser is that hideous, then why in the world haven't we had the proper channels to come in and stop these kids, to rescue these kids from these situations? Think about that now. That's what we have. Department of Social Services, Department of Child and Protective Services. That's what we have all these agencies for. What's going on, Garango? Thank you for being in the chat. So why don't we utilize that? So you're telling me that we as a nation is that messed up that we can't protect the children firsthand? We can't see the signs of the abuse? That we're so ass backwards that we got to let the child make the decision to protect themselves? That, to me, is an excuse. Here's another thing that they said they do it for. Because they want the kid to be feeling comfortable. Think about that. They want the kid to feel comfortable. Okay, you want the kid to feel comfortable? You feel the kid to be comfortable by making sure, again, there is a father in the home. See, here's the thing. When I was growing up, man, people told me I was lucky to have my dad around. Which I didn't understand that when I was younger, because I always felt like my friends that didn't have their dad around had more freedom. More freedom. More freedom. And when I got older, I see why they had more freedom. Because their mom was never around because she was working 2 or 3 jobs. She couldn't be able to discipline them. She wasn't able to guide them. And when you got a young man or a young lady, especially a girl that's out here young like that, they are easily influenced. There's no dad around. You know what I mean? Because the girls I seen that had dads around, living in the home, or was on a regular visiting basis, they didn't get pregnant. They didn't get pregnant. And this is what's going on. We're making a generation of kids feel like that there's no accountability. All I have to do at this young of an age, I don't want the baby. I don't have to give it for adoption. I don't have to tell nobody. I can march my happy behind to the abortion clinic and get it done. And A-okay. It's a wrap. It's like getting cut with a knife and all you got to do is go and get some stitches. That's how we treating it as. That's how we treating it. As getting an injury on your hand by a cut or something and you just need some stitches. Yeah, you're right, Grago. You're right. Dad influences are strong. And let's talk about another thing. HBO had a movie out. Shout out to Jericho Green, because he talked about this on his show. And I even brought this up in the interview he was talking about abortion. About how HBO had a film that they were promoting where these girls go out of town just to get an abortion. Like they treated it as a party. You know what I'm saying? As a girls' day out. Guys, this is bad when we using a coming of age movie supporting don't have to be responsible. And it just lets you know what type of government you got over there. Illinois. Now you know they're straight up liberal. My man said, I have been dating this 39 female for about 6 months. Well, in one of our conversations, she goes and tells me that she has been having sex since 11 years old. Well, I gotta bounce. Bro, don't be surprised. My man said, I'm a believer. I've been in a whole life, but I have think having that foundation of faith has deterred a lot of bad behavior, and I never really had a rebellious stage. God bless you, Grago. Purple Dantella said, well, is the governor a Democrat? If so, I'm not surprised. Yeah, he is. He's a Democrat. But it's just to let you know what their mindset is. Their mindset is don't have no accountability.com. That's what I'm trying to preach to everybody, that's the liberal way. It's always, let's don't try to learn from our mistakes. Let's don't do the responsible thing and bring this child in the world, give it up for adoption, or... Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Back in the day when I was growing up, I heard stories from my great-grandparents about people who children would have in the black community would have children early. Even in some of the white community too. The poor white community. That would have that siblings would have children. Like their children would have children, right? They didn't want that child to give it up for no adoption. They didn't believe in no abortion. So what they would do is they would adopt the child and raise the child as their own and have the real parent act like that was their little brother or sister until that child got of age and told them the truth. Because they didn't want shame in the family. And by doing so, they would keep it a secret from their church family. So there's a lot of people that grew up back then that really thought that so-and-so was their mama, so-and-so was their sister. And in reality, they wasn't. It's normal to have a rebellious stage and nothing you can do as a parent. Yeah, you're right, Grago. Whatever happened to abstinence before marriage, or at least when you are older to you understand the sex. Because we went away from that tradition. That tradition died when the baby boomers started coming in. See, we can thank our baby boomers for making it hot like that. They the one that made that popular. They the one that made coming of age, having sex, not protecting yourself the newest thing. You feel me? That's what happened. And when that happened, it has been a tremendous tragedy. A tremendous tragedy in the U.S. We talk about this all the time. I was told in school I'm lame and corny and old-fashioned for wanting to wait to... Bro, let me tell you something. If I knew what I knew now, I wish I would have waited till I got married to do my thing. But, you know, especially it's hard for a young man to be in that position, you know. And I don't knock anybody that do want to wait till they get married. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. But unfortunately, we live in a world today where people are not trying to support that idea because they want you to be, you know, all open and loving. And look, I mean, no, look at what we looking at right now. Look at what's going on in California. In California, y'all, you can go up here and change your sex, your name, and everything without your parents knowing as a student. And if you don't show up, they can't even alert your parents now. I heard that on the episode of ABL on Calling. They won't. Yeah, you can't even alert your parents, man. You can't. Well, they can't. They are not allowed to alert your parents. They're told alerting their parent, the kid's parents. Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, y'all can hear me now? Alright. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm back. I had to walk into another room because my wife had called me. But yeah. That's where we at. There is no type of accountability now. None. And speaking of the California laws, what's going on, sweetie? I appreciate you. Getting to the California laws so your child can be whoever they want to be as long as they want to do it. Thank you. I appreciate you. As long as they want to do it now and don't have to tell a soul. Now think about that. Think about your child living a whole nother lifestyle. A whole nother life, a whole nother name, a whole nother everything at school. And you don't know nothing about it. And imagine being that teacher. Okay, that child could change his gender any day. It could be a guy one day, a girl the next. And you can't even identify for that. And getting back to the abortion, since I had to put that out there. How do we help combat these children and be able to be a support system to teach them about abstinence or at least use protection? How do we do that? You can't do that if you got a governor who's saying that this child can get pregnant underage, go out here and get pregnant and be like, all right, take me down to the clinic. Let me get chopped up. Oh yeah, let me go and get one of my friends to cover for me. And go and stay at this friend's house. You don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden, they tell you months later, well, I was pregnant. I didn't know what to do. I got an abortion. I mean, that's just crazy. Y'all give me 1 second. I mean, you can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. You can't make this up at all. So imagine that mess. And you got kids out here who now, this younger generation that's coming up, they gonna be so lost. They is. They ain't gonna know who to believe. They ain't gonna have no guidance. Because look at what the radical left has done so far with this abortion thing. We made it okay for fathers not to be in the home. We made it okay for kids to think that all they got to do is get pregnant, get an abortion, and everything will be A-okay. I mean, this, you can't make this up. You just can't. What's up, man? And then we want to know why America is got the most disturbing rate of suicide, depression, and mental health. This messes with kids' mental health. It really does. Because at the end of the day, when these kids get older, exactly. It is. It is, bro. That dude is crazy. And his reasoning is disturbing. Like, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, who in the world think this is a good reason to do that to kids? I love my kids, man. I do. I would want my kid to tell me, yo, Pop, you know, I made a mistake. I messed with this girl. I got pregnant. I don't know what to do. I want to be a support system. We can make it. We can get this. You know, I understand that every kid ain't perfect. I understand that. But damn. That's what a parent is for. Let the parent do their job. All you teaching these kids is, well, man, I don't want this responsibility. I mean, you know, I couldn't afford a Plan B pill. Well, let's go ahead on and abort that thing. Crazy. I mean, this is sad, bro. When I say this is disturbing, this ain't the thing we need to be talking about. I never thought that I would be in a situation here today, as a today's man, that we would have to have this conversation where people have forgot the meaning of common sense. Because this it lacks a lot of common sense. So what are the parents good for? That's what I want to know. I mean, what's next? We're going to start having emancipation for kids at 8 years old? Is that what we're doing? Because all this to me is setting up a network of children getting exploited. Y'all think I'm BS? This is setting up a network for children to get exploited. Because why they keep making these laws where kids got more rights than as much rights as an adult? What is you trying to promote right now? Because it seems like to me you're trying to promote some type of you know, I'm trying to get this monetized, but you know what I'm saying. You're trying to promote something against children. I don't like it. I really don't. Nobody likes this. And if anybody tell me that they comfortable with their underage child going down to a clinic, even if they decide they really want to do this, and you was to back them up, you at least want to be there to see if the procedure goes safe. As a worst case scenario, and you don't know, man. I'm telling you, that's the next thing they're gonna start doing. They're gonna start having elementary kids be emancipated. How much you want to bet? Because I'm telling you, it's getting bizarre. You know, I remember I seen an episode on Oprah Winfrey a long time ago, but this kid was 8 years old, and they let him marry an adult woman, and she said that it was for whatever purposes for them to marry. I forgot what it was for. They approved it. It was just bizarre. And I said it then. I said, I said in my head, and I was young then. I was like 18 or 19. I said, if they start this mess now, I said in the future, this is going to be the norm. And I hate to say this, but this is starting to become the norm. Every day they're giving kids more rights as adults. And they're making it where the taxpayer, it's on the taxpayer's shoulder. So I'm paying for you to raise children to be a screw up. That's basically what we're doing. Let me look to the chat. Y'all keep on the chat. Let me see what the chat's saying. You all know, have no idea how much I hate JP Pilser. He and Lord Lordfoot. Let me see here. I got soap in my hand. Him and Lori Lightfoot are the most destructive Democrats Illinois has ever had. They really are, for real. Grago, they never talk about marriage anymore. It's anything of the past, I guess. Yep, you're right. Blexit, the community, my dog, said the majority of what JP Pritzker has done was a pander to the Illinois Black Caucus, especially since the Lieutenant Governor, Julian Stratton, is also a part of the Illinois. Oh, I know they always planted to the community tie. You always remember they keep saying that black folks ain't in control. You go to places like Illinois and governors like this, guess who getting the kickback out of this? These black businesses that promoting this damn craziness. They getting paid. And who they getting funded by? Who you think at the end of the day, in the end of this joint? You guessed it, George Soros. Because he backs a lot of these businesses and with charities and stuff up to do this nonsense. I'm telling y'all, man, George Soros got his hands in everything. I promise you that. When you say George Soros, believe me, there's somebody around ready to hold his hand. I mean, I just can't help wrap my head around this. A underage girl can go and get an abortion without her parents. I remember back in the day, there was signatures had to be in place. You just couldn't go to no clinic talking about you want to get an abortion. You had to forge signatures. You had to get a cousin that looked like your mama or something, or like a guardian. Like, all that had to be done, man. Like, you couldn't just go up in no clinic like that back in the day. And then a lot of girls wind up not going through with it. Because when they hear those cries of those babies and the cries of those girls, talking about, oh my God, it hurts. No. Man, they go crazy, man. They be like, oh no, I gotta go. I mean, I've heard nightmare stories from my older cousins that lived in the PJs, man. That was about to abort their baby, and yeah, they couldn't handle that joint, man. They couldn't handle that. Real talk. It's just that bad. For real. Y'all get in the comment section, man. Y'all get in there and tell me what y'all think of this newfound. Up in here, tell me, do you think that Illinois is doing this to really protect kids, or you think they're doing this because they're trying to come up with another strategy to make kids have no kind of to make sure that kids can be easily manipulated? And also too, do you think that Illinois governor really got the people of Illinois' best interests at heart? Also, please put it out there. We'll be call-ins tonight. I need about 40 people in the chat. 40 people in the chat. All right, we doing call-ins. I need y'all to support. All right, all you got to do is hit the link. It's from Melon app. Join in on the link. I'll put you in one at a time. It'll be a show where you can interact with me. It's interacting with the guests, with the host. That's what it's called. Interacting with the host Saturday. I will put the link there. I make sure I get you on. You say what you got to say. We talk about some things, and then I rotate you out with somebody else. That's what we going to do. We going to try to make it where everybody can interact with me and have to talk to me for the first time that are starting to know who I am. That's the way we're going to celebrate this 6K and try to keep it growing so we can get to 10K. Like I said, y'all, please like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I'm out.